Hey guys, it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently editing and I was editing this video that I did kind of telling you what's been going on with me and kind of giving you my little mini testimony about just me pursuing a new job and just some different things that I dealt with. And while I was editing, I realized, one, that I'm missing the very first clip. So I wanted to kind of explain what was happening before I get back into the video. And then number two, this is before I knew that I had COVID. I thought that I was negative and I was just regular sick, but I have COVID in this video, so you can see that I'm pretty sick, and this is kind of when like the symptoms were really bad. So it makes a lot more sense of why I'm like so sick in this video. But basically I was talking about how I was just really depressed at the job that I'm currently at, and just so many things were going on, and I was really crying out to the Lord to have a new job. And I just came to the point where I was just super duper depressed. Like I was literally, my shift is from 1:30 to 10. I would basically go to the store at work, I would grab a bunch of food, and I would just sit, eat, and do patients all night. I was just so depressed, like literally depressed. Like I didn't want to go to work. I hate going to work. I would just eat the entire time. I never wanted to be there. I was just going through the motions, and I really wanted God to do something different. I was ready to go. I wasn't being paid what I wanted to be paid. I didn't have the shift that I wanted. I've been asking for morning shift for such a long time, and something always happens when they hire someone. The person never stays, or it falls through, and I can never get off the night shift. And it's just one thing after another. I was having issues with just management and just people, just so many different things. Having a lot of issues at this job, and I've been there for over a year now, and just ready for a change, ready for something new, right? So that's kind of where I pick up at. And yeah, let's go. So my coworker randomly calls me, and she's like, my friend is the supervisor of this hospital, and they're looking for a tech. They're looking for morning shift, which is what I've been wanting, and they're hiring techs, and are you interested? And I was like, yes, I'm interested. So I went ahead and I contacted her. Everything sounded great, but I just didn't think it was right. You know, I didn't know, you know, I just had this feeling of like, I don't know. So what I did was I told the Lord, I said, look, because first I was like, you know, I'm not going to go because I don't know, because I don't know. But, but then I became so overwhelmed at that job. I was just there one day, and just everything was going wrong. And I was like, God, I have to get out of here. I said, you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm not going to reach out to the lady. But if it's your will, let them reach back out to me. If they reach out to me, then I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Like, I'm going for it. But if they don't reach out to me, then I'm just gonna have to let it go. So yesterday I got a phone call at like 10 in the morning asking me if I still wanted the job, telling me to put in my application, and they'll pull it the exact same day. So the job is offering significantly higher salary, sign-on bonus, benefits, everything that you could ever dream of. They're willing to train me and teach me in the things that I don't know. And I'm just so thankful. There's a lot. I feel like the Lord is getting ready to do a lot of different new things in my life. There are going to be a lot of different big changes, but this was one of them that I really needed. And I just want to encourage somebody to keep holding on. So when I first heard about the job, it didn't feel right. Like I felt like, you know, I just didn't want to take it. Like my gut was like, no, this might not be for you. Just stay where you're at. And then it just became to a point that I was so fed up with being at that job that I was like kind of telling God, like, I'm gonna take the job no matter what. I don't care what happens. I'm just gonna take the job, you know, whatever. And then I came to a place of more of surrender. And that's when I told the Lord, hey, if they reach back out to me, because I did reach out to them and talk to them about the job, and they said that they would, you know, reach out or whatever. And I was like, if they do reach out, then I'm gonna go for it. But if they don't, I'm not gonna pursue it. I'm not gonna check the website every day. I'm gonna try to trust you on what it is that you're doing, because I know that you know that I'm like fed up, and like I'm just sick of being here. I'm depressed every day almost, going to this job that I don't like. So there's this story in Sodom and Gomorrah, and you have Lot and then you have God. So I'm so sick right now, but I'm trying to give you guys some backstory. So Abraham, you know, Father Abraham has many sons. So Abraham, Lot is Abraham's nephew, and Abraham and Lot have to split up and go their separate ways. And Lot goes into the city of like Sodom and Gomorrah, and God says he wants to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because of their sins. And Lot reaches out to God, and he's like, hey, if there are all these different if there are righteous people there, will you not destroy it? And he says, they keep going back and forth with each other. If there's 10 righteous people, if there's 5, and they finally get down to 1, and he says, God, now if there is one righteous person here in Sodom and Gomorrah, will you not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? And the Lord says, I won't destroy it if there's one righteous person. And there was none, so he destroys Sodom and Gomorrah. But I say all of that to say, sometimes you just have to talk to God. You know, you really have to talk to God. You really have to reach out to him. I had to cry out to him and say, look, I am trying to stay here. You know, if you want me to stay at this job, or feeling like, you know, maybe I should take this job, whatever. It's like, I'm trying to stay here. But I told the Lord, look, I am stressed. I am all the things. If they reach back out to me, then that's what I'm going to do. I say all that to say that I literally had to have a moment of like bargaining with God the way that Lot did in Sodom and Gomorrah, because I was just going through so much, just so stressed out and just so sad, and just every day I'm just going through the motions, and like I'm just not happy. I'm not learning anymore. I'm not making what I want to make. I'm not on the shift that I desire. I'm dealing with all the different rules and regulations and different things that they have going on there, and it just became to a point where it was just so overwhelming that I had to have a Lot moment. I was like, look, if they reach back out to me, I'm going to go for it. Now if they don't reach back out to me, I'm not going to pursue it. I'm not going to go to their website and see if the job's there and try to apply myself and do any of this stuff. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to obey, and I'm just going to stay here. But if they reach out to me, I'm gonna go for it. And they reached out. Now, mind you, it took some time. It's kind of happened within the last 2 weeks. And I was expecting them to call me right away. I'm pretty sure it happened last Monday-ish when I talked to the lady. And I was thinking, you know, maybe by the end of the week, they would talk to me or say something to me or whatever. But then through that first week is when I had my surrender moment with God, where I was kind of just like, hey, if this is where you want me to stay, I'm just gonna have to stay here. But if they reach out, you know, I did that thing. So it took until today is Friday, so last Monday all the way until Thursday for them to say something. So I came to a point of literal surrender, where I was kind of like, hey, I give it to you. Because at first I was not. I'm like, I'm taking that job. I don't care. I don't care if I'm not supposed to be there. I don't care about nothing. Like, I just want to go, you know? And I just kept I kept just feeling like, no, you know, no. So I finally was like, fine, take it. I had to come to a point of like surrender, like, take it. You take this job. If it's meant for me to have, then I will have it. If it's meant for me to go, then I will go. And there was just something in my spirit too, where it was like, I wasn't quite sure about the job, but I knew that I couldn't stay where I was at. So after coming to that point of surrender, and after the time going by, I kind of was adjusting to being at my job a little more, trying to make it work, because I'm like, okay, well, you know, that was Monday, it's already Friday of last week, and I'm like, well, if they haven't reached out by then, you know, maybe they found somebody else, you know, it's been a whole week. If they were gonna send me the application number, like whatever I needed, they probably would have sent it by now. So I was just kind of just praying and trying to deal with the hand that I was dealt. I was trying to be content with where I was. And lo and behold, yesterday they called and they were like, go ahead, put in your application. We will pull it today. Let us know when it's finished, and we'll have you interviewing by next week and hopefully getting you on. So we'll see how the interview process goes and all that. So I hope that this video encourages somebody out here today. I really hope it encouraged you guys. I really hope that it encourages you to, first of all, talk to God. I had to come to a point where I wasn't very formal, you know, with the way I was praying. You know, I was more real, like, God, I cannot stay here. I need you. I need you to come through for me. I need you to change my situation. I'm not happy. I need a change. You know, I had to really cry out to him and talk to him. Like, he is my father. He is, you know, he's there for me. And I had to really cry out to him and talk to him. And I had to be honest with him, like, hey, I gotta go, you know? So I encourage you to get honest with God. I encourage you to ask him for a sign, ask him for something. God, show me that this is what you want me to do. Show me that this is right for you. Have a lot moment if you need to have a lot moment. I'm not saying you should be out here bargaining with God and stuff. He's God, of course, but have your lot moment. If you need to say, God, now if you do this, then I'll know that it's you. And wait, be patient and wait and see if he shows you something. But I just wanted to share my little testimony about just what's been going on with me, and hopefully it encourages you guys to just wait on the Lord. What he has for you is so much better than what you can give yourself, and sometimes you just have to wait on him. I still don't know what's to come with this job or the next chapter of my life or whatever I'm doing, but I can see that I needed to be where I was at for as long as where I was at. So all the times I wanted to leave beforehand, it wasn't the right time. I can see that I'm just a different person now. I've learned so much, I've grown so much, and now is more likely a time for me to go somewhere. I can feel in my spirit that there's a shift happening. I mean, it's just so many different things. You have to wait on God's timing and trust him. Trust him, because he knows so much more. He knows your beginning from your end. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He knows everything. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. He knows everything. His plans are not like our plans. His ways are not like our ways. The way that we think, he thinks so much higher. And if you would just trust him and believe in him, he's going to take you places. He's going to take you exactly where you need to be at the right time. So if you could just hold on, if you need to journal, if you need to cry about it, if you need to speak to your therapist, whatever it is you need to do in that waiting period, to just hold on until he makes a change or he makes a move or he does something for you, please do it. So I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video, hopefully feeling better. And I hope that I encourage you guys, and I want to talk in the comments.